skaters, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia, and today I am going to be teaching you one of my very favorite moves of all time, the outside spread eagle. I love this move. I put it in programs whenever I can. We're going to learn that move today. You are going to need some really open, flexible hips, so I recommend you do some stretching. I have a couple videos up here on my channel for hip flexibility, and I will post links to those down below. But if you're ready, we are going to get started. So the first thing we're actually going to do is head over to the wall so we can work on the position with a little bit of support. All right, so here at the wall, we are going to work on our position and a little stretching to make this easier. I like to actually start with my body facing away from the wall. That way I can lean back towards the wall for support, the way an outside spread eagle is going to go. So I'll actually put my feet, I'm going to do them about a foot away from the wall. And I'm going to turn them out parallel to the wall. If you can't do this yet, go ahead and do it facing the wall. I'll show you that. So if you're going to do it facing the wall, if you don't really have really good turnout, you can do it facing the wall. So you face the wall, kind of hang on, lean back, and then you can use the wall to help your feet turn out. So you kind of push the edges of your skates, your blades, up into the wall to help open your hips up. All right, you don't want to be standing right up against the wall. Let yourself lean back because you're going to want to get onto those outside edges the way we'll be doing it out on the ice. So if you don't have really good turnout, you can stretch this way, but otherwise we can do it with our back to the wall. Then you can lean on that wall for some support and turn those feet open. So this is a great stretch to just start with before you go practice them out. So you want to think about turning open from the hips, not from the knees or the ankles, because that's going to really strain those joints, but try to turn out from the hips. You don't want to have your knees bent, so try to push up through those hips, lift up through your quads, and you're going to squeeze your glutes. All right, so all of those together. Now, when I'm actually doing a spread eagle, personally, I have a hard time doing it with my ankles really straight like this. So I actually like to lean my ankles back just a tiny bit. So if you can see, my ankles are tipped back towards the ice to give myself a deeper outside edge. Personally, I like doing it better that way, but if you can't do that, it's fine to have your ankles straight too. It just requires a bit more flexibility through your hips. So once you've got a decent stretch through your hips and you're able to put those feet fairly parallel to the wall, we can work on getting into this position, again, using this wall. So for me, I'm going to be rotating counterclockwise. I prefer my left foot forward. I can do both, but that's my easier side. Left foot forward is my easier side. So that's what I'm going to be demonstrating today. So I'm going to be leaning slightly back on my right back outside edge. I'm imagining I'm traveling backwards, okay? So pick which foot is going to go forward and you're going to lift that one up. So if I'm traveling towards my left side, my left foot is going to be up and I'm leaning back on my right outside edge. I'm going to want you to open your shoulders up so that your shoulders are more parallel with the wall. You're then going to open your hip, put your heel down on the ice, and flop your foot down to follow, okay? So you want to have heel, foot. So it's like opening like a door, flop, okay? So if you're skating backwards, you open up your body, reach your foot out, and flop from the heel down to the toe until you get those feet in that outside spread eagle position. Now there's two ways to get into an outside spread eagle. You can get into it from forwards or from backwards. I'm going to show you both. The one I like is backwards, and that's why we worked on it that way on the wall. But I will show you both versions, and you can play around with them and decide which one you find easier. You can get into it with more speed and more power from backwards, so even if you start going into it from forwards, I want you to work on that backward entry as well. So I'm going to use this circle here just so that you can again visualize this, but you want to work on it on whatever circle you are flexible for. You know, we have different amounts of flexibility. I like to do it on the biggest circle I can imagine in the rink, but we're going to use this for today. So if we're going to do that forward entry, I'm just going to get a little speed going around it. So I'm going to do some right over left forward crossovers to get some speed. Then I'm going to put that left hand strong, right hand behind me. So I'm leading with my left, my right hand's behind me, and I'm going to open my foot up like a door. Again, so we're gonna do some right over left crossovers, get a little bit of momentum, left side strong in front, right side strong to the back, and then flop that foot heel to toe down onto the ice. All right, that's kind of the more beginner version of getting into it. That's, I think, how I learned, although it was so long ago, I have a hard time even remembering that. I always do them from backward crossovers now. But when you're doing it from forwards, you want to think about you're leading really strong with that left side, opening the right side up so that your back is strong to the circle, open that hip up, and then you're gonna go heel to toe, all right? When you first start this, most likely, you're gonna be doing it with your tush way out behind you. So that's pretty normal to get onto that outside edge. But as you work on it, I want you to try to tuck those hips under, lift up through your glutes, lift up through your quads, excuse me, and squeeze those glutes so that you're in a straighter position. But if you start here, that's okay. That's where most people start. Let's try that one more time. So go ahead and practice getting into that spread eagle from forward crossovers. And again, you can do that whichever direction you choose. You might want to play with going around clockwise and counterclockwise until you figure out which foot you're better at, which direction you're better at. Again, I can do both, but I do prefer the left foot in front on a spread eagle and the right foot following. So that forward entry, a lot of people find easier when they're very, very beginning, but it's not as powerful as a backward entry. So that's what I'm going to teach you now. So since I am going to be leading with my left foot, I'm going to do my left foot over right backward crossovers. Okay, so now I'm facing into the circle, going backwards with my back crossovers. When I'm ready, I'm going to copy what we did on the wall. I'm going to stand on my right back outside edge, open my shoulders up, and then put my foot down onto the ice. All right, so we have our crossovers. Get a little bit of speed, put your back strong to the circle, open your hips up, heel to toe, and put your foot on the ice, heel to toe, like you're kind of flopping it over down onto the ice on that outside edge. So again, when you do these outside spread eagles, you really want to think about those quads lifting, your glutes tucking under so that you get as tall as you can through your body. Although if your hips are pitched a little bit, that's okay. But the stronger position you can have, just the cooler it looks. But you know, you need a lot of lower body strength and a lot of flexibility. So that's something you want to work towards, okay? All right, and the other thing is those ankles. Remember, for me, it's easier if my ankles kind of push back against the ice, so I'm exaggerating that outside edge. I want you to really focus on that this time. So we're going to do our crossovers, get some speed up, back to the circle, heel to toe, and then my ankles will flop. Woo, flop back, and that helps me hold that outside edge a little better than if they're straight up. So remember, these spread eagles are one of those moves that just really takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. They can feel really frustrating at the beginning because they look so simple, and they can be really challenging for some people, especially if you don't naturally have really open hips. But I want you to just be tenacious. Come out, stretch, work on it over and over, and the more you do it, the easier this move will get, okay? It just takes practice with this move. So come out and just stick with it till you get it. Let's talk about how to get out of a spread eagle. So there's two primary ways to get out of an outside spread eagle. So from your spread eagle position, regardless of how you got into it, you're flying around. For me, I'm going to imagine my left foot's going forward. The main way you want to get out of it is by pushing off of your right back outside edge forward, okay? So it's going to look like this. We're getting into our spread eagle. Coasting around. When we're done, we're going to push off of this back foot, onto your forward outside edge on whichever is your leading foot, okay? So the weight shifts, as you're doing the spread eagle, your weight is really even. Your head's right between your feet, right? Like a A, okay, A frame. And as you move forward, you want to step out of it, you take that weight and you push off of the back onto the forward leg. So we go from that nice even position, push, and shift all your weight forward. Let me show you that one more time. So we have our crossovers, spread eagle, shift your weight forward. The other way, which is really fun, is to just shift into an inside spread eagle. So to do that, we have our crossovers, outside spread eagle, and then you're going to lean into the circle and shift into an inside. All right, skaters, I hope you enjoyed that one. That spread eagle is one of my very, very favorite moves. And I really want to see all your attempts, all your progress, so make sure you tag me on your posts on Instagram. You can tag me at Skating Coach Julia. That way I can see your progress and we can cheer each other on. If you enjoyed this, please do give us that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell down in the corner so you can see all my videos when they come out. I look forward to reading all your comments in the section down below as well. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.